this was your first foray into a supporter section at a stadium. I've been to 50, 60 of them, and the first thing we ever had to do was talk to the supporter groups and say, hey, here's what we want to do. We're going to be over in this area. Yours is different because you were near the opposite team as a fan of another team. But as a neutral, we come in and say, listen, here's what we want to do. Is that okay? Can we bring a GoPro? Can we bring a camera? Because most of the times they're fighting over if you have your phones out in there because they're like, we're not here to put our phones out. We're here to chant and sing. We're here to support the team. If you're in there doing like anything other than whatever, like we clear all permissions first. And if some of them were just like, whether it's Europe, South America, or whatever, just like, no, you're not part of this supporter group. We're not here to let you sort of take advantage of this. And straight up, some of these things go out on social media after, and then all of a sudden you're on a hit list when you go back. Not like, we're not talking about like violence.
In the States?
In the States.
I'm telling you. I need to know which clubs have this type of fan base, like hardcore like this, where you can't go in the stands with your phone, because I have not seen it. I have not seen it.
All right,
because you haven't been in the mixer.
Yeah, you gotta get around, dude. You gotta get.
You
around.
gotta go into.
All right.
Man, you are green, buddy. You gotta get in.
This is a nice segue into supporter culture and fans and players and clubs. And there was an incident, or a lack of an incident, because there was really no interaction here between Leeds players and Leeds supporters. And there's some video that we have of it. So if you are listening to this, make sure you go find it on social media. We probably have some evidence of it on CBS Sports Galazzo or on Twitter, or ISWT Pod on Twitter as well. Drop us a follow there. And ultimately what happened was there were some Leeds fans waiting for the players in the hotel lobby. The Leeds players didn't acknowledge the fans, didn't look up from their phones or had their headphones on, and just went straight past in the lobby up into the bus. And one of those players was Weston McKennie, which we can get into in a little bit. And I know Chuck talked about it a little bit earlier today on Morning Footy. That's a free channel, by the way, the Golasso channel. Make sure you go check that out on the CBS Sports app or Pluto TV or Paramount Plus, wherever you get your CBS goods. Go look for the Golasso channel. And I find right now it made such waves because there's a little boy with a Leeds jersey on. Now, he had a jacket on, so it wasn't like he was clearly like out there, but he's waving at the players. None of the players wave back. And so this is obviously a club that's in dire situations right now, coming off this is before they lost 4-1 to Bournemouth, and it's just not a good look ultimately. And so the Leeds players, Leeds club, put out a statement apologizing, trying to get a hold of this little boy and the parents to see if they can identify him and then bring him to a game or whatever it may be. And ultimately, they say that this is a message from the players. As the first team squad, we wanted to reach out to the fan base regarding yesterday's game and subsequent posts on social media. Firstly, the performance wasn't good enough. We know that Leeds fans travel up and down. I'm going to skip over some of this. Down the country in huge numbers deserve more than this. What is just as concerning to us as a group is the video online of us leaving the hotel. Words can't express how sorry we are that youngster in the video wearing the Leeds kit is not shown more love from the squad. We do not believe this fight is over. We'll keep going until the last ball is kicked this season. Thank you again for your support. This is I don't know, Chuck, you talked about it already, so you're probably a little well-versed in your opinion. What are your thoughts on this? Because we've all been in this situation, especially when you're going to hop on the bus to go to a game. You're just in a different type of mentality. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't at least give a high five or acknowledge the people that are spending time.
Hey, no.
Heath, if it's set up in the hotel, which this is where it is, it's in the hotel. People are lined up waiting to see you. I don't care how angry you are. I don't care if you're in a relegation fight. I don't care if you're not playing. Whatever the case is, you have these people here supporting you, giving your tough time, and you can't give the slightest smile, acknowledgement to kids. For me. I have zero time for people who can't acknowledge kids. At the very least, okay, you have some fans who maybe been there and they come and heckle you. Come on,
they're not going to heckle you in the lobby. They're not going to heckle you in the lobby.
No. But what I'm saying is, we're talking about a kid there, right? Watch any sport in the U.S. Watch any sport. NBA, they walk past thousands of people daily.
I got big time.
Just because
I got big time at Dodger games.
Yeah, but listen,
that's what makes us different, Heath.
Charlie,
I swear to God, that's what soccer players are known for. Professional soccer players are much more I think, appealing to supporters because they're willing to take those times. They're willing to make those moments.
It's a time and place. It's a time and place.
Okay? You're in the hotel. You're in the hotel. It's not even. If this is in the street and you're trying to get to the bus, fine. But you're in the hotel. You're not. You haven't even left.
Yeah, but listen, I'm not saying it's okay to do. But what I'm saying is, any other circumstances, right? Man City walk past kids all day long. No one cares. It's part of it because their lives. These are famous players. It is not their obligation to stop every time somebody wants a picture or an autograph. I understand this kid. I think the club did the right thing because this came out in a tough moment. They're going to make it right for this kid. I understand. If I was that kid, I'd be devastated that nobody came back. But I'd also be really excited.
The kid's waving. No one's even waving. The kid's waving. They're not even. Come on.
We're watching the video right now, everybody.
For me, the kid is waving. Okay, if people are asking for autographs and doing all this, and you're kind of like, now you got a security guard blocking the kid. What the hell is that? Number one. What from Leeds United? They put out that statement because look how disrespectful that is. Like for me, I'm Heath. I understand I've been there where you have people who constantly line up and have their book ready with your card in it. They want 20 signatures from you, and you're like, dude, I've had enough. I've already signed stuff for you at the beginning of the season, maybe 10 games straight. Enough is enough. Like, okay, fine. This is in a hotel. You have a kid who's standing there. And we've also seen where a parent will say, I'm going to use my kid as the person to get these autographs.
So that's on
right?
PR. That should
this kid's just waving. That's it.
Yeah. But if these kids are in, I agree. At least you can do is acknowledge this kid. I 100% agree. Okay. But you see now how many players across the world go everywhere with the headphones. They don't have to have music on, but if they got headphones and sunglasses, they don't got to stop and see anybody, right? Like they want to keep moving because you've seen, Charlie, you've experienced it. You sign one, you got to sign them all, right? And okay, you sign the one kids. Is it any less kind to leave all those other people? It's 10 extra seconds to sign more autographs. I agree with you that this kid is waving. It's heartbreaking for that kid. I agree that the security blocking this kid from being able to wave to the players or acknowledge them or whatever. We're seeing, was it the whole team? Did nobody acknowledge this kid? Or was it just this video went out and we're making a big deal?
From everyone I saw, not a single person acknowledged him. And you I don't know, you give me grumpy pundit vibes right now. You give me some grumpy pundit vibes.
I totally understand your point of view. And in isolation, I fully agree with you. But these are professional athletes going to play a game in a tough moment. Could they look up and wave? Yeah. Could they autograph? Yeah. Could they do better in this situation? But is it like absolutely a like horrible behavior? No, because everybody is doing. I have walked past thousands of people in my own career, and I don't feel less bad about it. If I had the right mind space, I always went over. I always went over. I always made time for fans. But is it any
sure
different?
You did.
Sure you did. Clearly.
Yeah,
is it any different? Is it any different when you're standing outside of a stadium and you're in your car and you don't stop?
Yes, it's very different. It's very different.
Why?
Because
that's your own space, I think, at that point.
But these people are in
space. That's your most private of space.
No, these people are in the lobby to greet you as you go out to the game to say, we are with you. We are here to support you. You guys are trash right now, but guess what? We're here because we love you guys. Even though you're trash, we're not giving up on you.
How is
the
that
least
any
you can
different
do
is somebody waiting hours.
If you're in a car and you're in your own car driving somewhere, there's a big difference between your windows are up, you're driving, you're in your car, you're gone. Versus I'm walking to the bus and I have to see you. I'm in the open.
Deep Hauser's got a good comment here. I'm going to be honest. I thought it would be Charlie big time, and then Heath saying give a fist bump. I'm all mixed up here. Listen, Heath has the Hollywood nickname for a reason. Okay, this is very Hollywood perspective.
This is incredible.
Listen. No. Listen, I think that there's a middle ground, Heath. I think that you don't have to sign autographs. You can just be ready with a fist bump or a high five and just keep it moving, right? But there's still that slight acknowledgement. You don't have to take photos. Hey, listen, we got to get on the bus. We don't want to be late. Whatever. You've tap danced your way out of a ton of these types of things, as have I. I think
Well, can it
that,
not be PR, Jimmy? Can it not be PR that's like, hey, we got a few people in the lobby, grab 2 kids that are going to sign an autograph, arrange that so that you can avoid the situation? Because I know a lot of PR.
The club could have set something up, like,
they
hey, listen,
arrange that, make it easy. Say, hey, we'll grab 2, you get a picture, and we'll move you on.
I think
club
they
could have
did
said,
set
hey,
it up.
we got 15 people to give high fives, and you got to just
the way
your
it
high
looked,
five hand up there.
the way it looked, it looked set up to me because they had the barriers inside the hotel. Because how often do you see barriers inside the hotel? Usually it's you can't come in unless you are staying at the hotel, and our players are going out, and that's it. You're not having barriers inside. It seemed like these fans were purposely put there. They were given, I don't know if they won a competition or they were just given access to be there.
I don't know, man. This is the Premier League. You got to have barriers. These are famous players, man.
This is the thing for me. The only argument to this, which I think is nullified because Leeds already came out and said, we apologize, blah, 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 is if they had been there for a long time and players had already taken pictures.
Apparently the parents have
and
come
autographs.
out and said that there were a few players that had stopped, and the video only shows the ones that kind of didn't.
There we go.
That's
well,
but still, I mean, there's still evidence though that happens a lot. Now, I grew up and I went to Dodger games when I was a kid, and man, I'd be hungry to get some of those players to sign my hat, my glove, anything, and I would get big timed all the time. Like, man, screw these guys.
But how
you just wanted that?
How horrible did you feel? How horrible did you feel?
I felt pretty bad, especially if you were like next and you're like, oh, I gotta, I can't sign anymore or whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
it cuts deep. But think about how you felt when someone actually signed your stuff.
Oh, you were on
right. High five, sign your stuff.
On top of the world.
So
I mean, you would turn and look at your loved one that brought you, and you couldn't smile any harder.